Hello, everyone. Talinn and Menos here. BladeMasterRUSH Show. Please subscribe. So, why is Azeroth Wars such a terrible game?
Because infinite gold. It's like
it's not a terrible game. Come on.
Good answer. Good answer. Sorry. I went for a low blow.
because of the lobby wait times of being like 3 hours.
I mean, I guess it's because right now there's just not a lot of hype around it. And I don't know, I feel like a lot of the players who were making it popular, I guess maybe a year ago to now, they just all disappeared. So
There's not a lot of hype.
yeah, I feel like it probably needs more marketing or something. I mean, it's not a terrible map. I feel like it's, people from LTA will say bad things about it, or people from Azeroth Wars will say bad things about LTA. But like, I mean, they're all the same. They're all the same damn game. So.
I think the LTA people are haters.
Yeah, I don't say too many bad things about LTF, although I say it occasionally, but not.
But aren't the vassals hype though? I feel like
Vassals are okay. Vassals are kind of fun, but they kind of.
I don't know. I mean, it's so hard to predict what implementation or like what things gonna excite the community anymore. I don't know. I mean, I think that Vassal is fun, but for me, it's more about memeing with it. Like, I do it just so I can share control with someone and play them instead. So
we should probably actually start a little. We should go back to day one. So,
okay,
Menos, if you want to introduce yourself, and then subsequently, Talon, if you can introduce yourself.
Oh, okay. Hello, my name is Menos to all of you. A little bit about me. I live in Chicago now. It's only been 2 weeks. Before that, I was in Atlanta. 25 years old. And on a day-to-day basis, I am a consultant, a business consultant. And then on the weekends, I play mainly Azeroth Wars and Diablo 2 and LTA, LTF, and so on. That's it about me.
So my name is Talon, for anyone who doesn't know me. I currently live in Colorado, in like northern Colorado, and I'm studying. Actually, I have a certificate to be a sleep technologist, like for polysomnography, like those people that help people with sleep apnea, and
Oh hell yeah!
yeah, and so I'm looking to get a job in that field because I have a certificate, and I've been playing Azeroth Wars for 11 years, and I also play Pokemon and Diablo 2 with Menos.
Have you ever heard of the Iron Man? No, the Uberman sleep schedule.
Oh yeah, I think
Yes.
I've heard, yeah.
We sleep every 4 hours.
That's actually like semi-validated by science, but
Oh
they,
shit!
I mean, like you want to you want to sleep according to your REM cycles, which is every 90 minutes. So if you can get like 2 cycles of 90 minutes in, and it's uninterrupted, then it's probably fine. But you want to like still sleep on average like 8 hours a day. So
You're saying I can get away with sleeping 3 hours?
That's 4 hours is the claim of the Uberman. Or 2 hours maybe? It's 20 minutes every 4 hours. Whatever that adds up to. I tried it once. It was brutal. It was like torture. I tried it 3 times.
I'm just gonna stick to sleeping 8 or 9 hours when I can.
yeah, that's probably the safest thing to do. But like there are like different ways you can sleep, and I mean, as long as you don't feel tired every day, it's probably fine.
so tempted to not so tempted to look at the Twitch chat feed.
Don't be tempted. Don't be tempted.
No.
We got Cracker
did get a
Snatcher
sneak peek.
on the case. He's keeping the drama in a bottle.
I did quickly glance at all the people who were typing. I noticed Anders is watching, so
That's a good
Oh, yeah,
segue. What do you think about Anders? Is he cute
Well,
or is he?
I don't know.
yeah,
Anders-
we've never seen him in person, so he might be like a robot still.
I
don't
mean,
know.
if you, yeah, I mean, I always tell him that he sounds like a gay British person. So.
He one
It
time
sounds-
in chat, like he was like, "Oh, I'm a girl" or something like that, and I believed he was a girl ever since. And then someone was like, "Oh, he's not a girl," and I was like, "I don't know what to believe anymore."
No, he's probably not a girl, but
No.
I think I know his first name, but I'm not gonna dox him. But anyway.
well, he is a Republican, though, so
Oof.
you gotta.
Dear.
Oof.
Dude, we gotta dox him.
Ooh, Talon.
With the low hand hits. So how would you contest the claim? So Lord Sebas said Anders is one of the best Azeroth Wars players, like, of all time.
I mean, that's...
Well, he's washed up now, but
Oh yeah, no,
like,
I mean
yeah,
lately,
I mean,
yeah. No, I mean the statement still stands. I mean he is one of the best Azeroth players of all time. I also agree with Talon that he's a little bit washed up lately. But of course that naturally happens to anyone who doesn't play for like a month or 2 or 3. But like even when he comes back, you know, I feel like all the muscle memories are still there. But yeah, he's good.
I was hoping for a more dramatic.
Unless you ask Westland, and then
Then what
I'll give you
happens?
that. I don't know. They just don't like each other. I don't know why. That's a question for Anders. They just do not like each other.
yeah, they've been bullying each other recently. So
Yeah.
Do you think anyone in Azeroth Wars has like a fetish for like being in pain?
probably
Or-
me. Well,
Would
when
you
I
argue
CP
most
snipe,
people do?
when I CP snipe people for like 3 hours, that kind of qualifies.
Yeah, that's where I was going with that for sure. Alright.
Because as long as you CP snipe enough, you can like basically quote unquote win. But it's kind of silly.
So we had Lord Sebas on. We had the map developer for the past 5 years carrying the banner and pushing Azeroth Wars Reforged to new heights. I hope that this is more of the community Azeroth Wars discussion. So on the back end, we have people like Menos and Talinn who have been playing for the past 5 years. What do you guys think of like how has the game changed since in the recent years? Because there's been a lot of controversy over it changing, like all this and that, like Discords come and go, whatever. Open ended.
So I think the game has improved a lot, except for a few major problems, like mainly the gold system and the fact that like the balance of evil and night elves is like still not addressed ever. Like night elves have been overpowered for like 9 years, and like it still doesn't really change. But maybe Menos can add something to that.
I haven't played as long as Talon has, but I mean, from when I started until now, I mean, I think it has improved a lot in terms of to me, what matters in a game is like hotkeys. Like, to me, that's very like Azeroth Wars is very clean when it comes to that, and like positioning of hotkeys and stuff. Same with I don't know. I mean, I do agree with Talon that that balance hasn't been addressed. And to add to that, Horde has always been a little bit underpowered compared to other teams late game. I mean, right now Horde is stronger than Night Elves early game, but late game they're still a little bit underpowered. But but I also agree that Evil is extremely strong right now. But the thing is, it also takes them an hour to finish their fight. Honestly, so I think in the like any game, if you take any games that happened the last, I don't know, 7 or 8 months, I think you can see a trend in any team in Kalimdor winning the entire game just based on how fast they finish their respective fights. So, but I think we've all brought up that issue plenty of time, but it's also hard to fix. So I understand that that moving from early game to late game is very difficult to address. So and that's why it hasn't been addressed for the longest time. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. It's kind of a complex game, so I don't really blame them too much. But
Yeah.
it's just,
I mean, I think right now I think Yak and Sebas are doing the best they can. Like they know that it's hard to like probably address early fight, and so they're implementing different ideas. So I think Sebas right now is kind of revamping how the Kalimdor fight looks. So hopefully that will make it longer. So we'll see.
So Night Elves are OP. How do I play Night Elves? Because I keep losing as them.
It depends on what version.
Oh, are they OP in the current version?
Yes. Yes, as a team, they're OP. Late game, yes. Early game, I think Talon can also kind of agree that Horde has a higher win rate, right?
yeah, I think that's true. But I think it's gotten a little better
Yeah,
in
it's
the
gotten a
last
little
few
bit.
patches.
Yeah, I think for druids, I think what's strong about them is the AoEs and also the Fairy Dragon Mana Flare, which works very well against like Fell Horde or NA, especially NA, where a lot of the units that they use have auto cast. So I mean that just wipes the entire army in seconds. Unless you heal fast enough. But I also think it's just I don't know, like there's just something magical. There's something magical when you combine all those Sentinel and Druids units. It's just very hard to beat. I can't put words to it, but yeah.
Well, it's just that ranged units in general, just like so strong in macro maps that you just like build massive amounts of ranged units, and you can't even like approach an army because they just like clean up half of the forces before you can even do
And
anything.
I guess that combined with True Shot Aura and the fact that a lot of the units have Elun's Grace, so they take reduced magic damage. It's hard to blast them with AoEs and kill them instantly. So, yeah. But I mean, if you want to win as Night Elf for Druids right now, I think Talon has recently come up with some new meta, or not come up, but rather brought back some old meta. So you use a lot of trends. You uproot all of your Hydro Ancients and you bring
Yeah,
them down to Ashenvale.
I saw that.
Yeah, you
I
saw
saw
me
that.
doing that. Yeah. And I think before Dave came on, I mean it would be tough to win, but now that he added those towers and now that he made those force of nature abilities on your town hall, he reduced the cooldown. I think it makes it more viable for druids to win now. Assuming Frostwolf does not get that mastery that gives them overpowered grunts.
Oh yeah, I hate those Korkon
I
grunts.
hate, yeah. Oh my god.
It's like
The Furbolg mastery is bullshit. Who fucking thought that was a good idea? How much do you agree with that statement?
Hey, no, I
the teddy
agree.
bears.
I agree, but and Anders left that masteries, by the way. But to add on to that, there's also a quest in Northrend that gives you an additional 10 damage. Imagine that
Oh,
mastery with that
I
quest.
didn't
That's
know
20
that.
damage. So your teddy bears end up having 40 or 50 something damage. They attack very fast, and they're 13 gold. So
So you think it's balanced?
totally,
Nothing about Night Elf is balanced.
extremely, extremely.
All right, like on the subject of teddy bears, do you think the fact that there are no like Christmas or like Halloween themed patches like indicates a lack of interest in the developers to foster a more, you know, realistic
I actually
Azeroth
suggested
Wars?
I actually like suggested like community events around holidays, like when like around April Fools, I changed everybody's ranks to like I let everybody choose their own ranks when we had ranks for April Fools.
Like you could just put a Santa hat on every character. It'd be so easy.
Oh yeah, you could.
I mean,
You actually could, because I think there's like custom models that have like
yeah, I mean,
Christmas hats and stuff.
yeah, I think it's been done for. I mean, it's just I'm just curious how much effort that would be. I mean, that's a Santa hat on every hero, I assume, or I mean, it doesn't sound like it's a big. It requires a lot of effort. I mean, at most, you can just put a hat on one hero for every faction. I think that is festive enough. So I don't know if Yak or Sebas are listening.
So
That's what the community wants.
if Yak and Sebastian are listening, do you have any like if you had anything that was like, yeah, I really want like this is really fucked and you won't listen to me. Like what is there
Okay,
anything
no,
for the world to hear? I don't know. I was just a question.
really fucked.
For my map, it would be there's a divide in Stratholme that separates Stratholme and the rest of the world, and some people hate that. I refuse to remove it.
Oh yeah, because you
Is
want
it
that
a
1v1
player
thing.
or- I mean, is it a 12 player or a 24 player
And the
map?
24 player, it was to stop people they got too creative. But anyway, like stuff like that, where it's like
I don't think there's anything like massive now,
Yeah.
because they're working on, they're at least trying to do like trying to fix most of the problems. So.
Yeah, no, I mean, I can't think of a single thing that's like really, really fucked up. However, you can be positive about this, and I do want to say that one of the best things that they've implemented, and I've said this many times, is the full share control. That has changed.
Oh yeah, that's
everything.
legit.
Oh my god, that's changed how I play Azeroth Wars now. Basically, I mean, you've played Dark Ages of Warcraft before, right, BladeMaster? Yeah, and you know that command that gives you full control of your ally, like you can see the hero icons and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Azeroth Wars now has it. Now we have that, and it's amazing. So now I just scream at my ally to tell them to share control.
The small things.
Things. I mean, yeah, the small things.
I've been trying to bait you guys into saying something like, "Oh, this sucks," and you're too positive, and I love it.
No, I mean the thing is, it's like there's nothing that really sucks. Like there's some stuff that are a little bit overpowered that hasn't been addressed for like 4 or 5 versions now. Like we just talked about the teddy bears, or let's see what else is overpowered.
Just like the gold income in general, like how you can just like forever CP snipe people if like, because when I fight Kiwi, like I can just like, we both have 50 control points. He has 50 CPs, I have 50 CPs and we just like snipe each other like forever because we never run out of gold.
I hate control points. They give me nightmares.
Why though?
Because I'm in game and I'm like, it's like an hour and 30 minutes. And then it gets to that point where it's like, fuck! Like, we just have to like fucking steal each other's control points. And I just start losing it. Fucking infuriating. But I get it.
Yeah. No, I mean that's what's annoying about like anything that happens after early game. Is just a matter of like who can steal the most control points and like who can macro the fastest and stuff. So I mean that part of the game, like it kind of sometimes it stops being fun. So I understand.
Talon's really good at control point management. I've learned firsthand. Many a game going to the 2-hour mark, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, they won't stop.
Just not give up. I mean, I think I've once watched her stream and I'll yell at her. I'm like, oh my gosh, just quit the game. It's been like 3 hours. You're losing. Just stop playing.
And then when he like private messaged me, I'm like, okay, fine, I'll leave.
I feel like Talon could be sitting on one control point versus someone who has like 120 or something, and she'll still try to get 80.
Rend P power level. Oh, Anders is saying in chat Rend power level. Oh my god, that is broken.
Yo, don't read chat. Don't read the chat. It's just
What's Rend power level?
Salty. He's just salty.
That's some cheese.
That's a major cheese where you can just like kill all your heroes at the start, and then you just power level Rend to level 20, and then he just kills everything. Like he just kills all your heroes in like 1 second.
Yeah, that sounds fun. So, I mean, you guys are, Kappa, you guys are notorious stackers. How do you think that Azeroth Wars, what is the stacking environment like? Like when you see two people stack, do you like try to counter stack them? Are there problems with new players?
I will actually play with new players a lot. Like
I was just
legit. I'm just.
No, I think Talon does play with new players more than I do. For me, I mean, I'm sure Enclave is watching this, and he can definitely testify that I get tilted very easily with most players, and so I tend to stack more. But now, I mean, I don't know. I mean, like if I see a team that's stacking, then I'll try. I'm not going to counter stack unless I know I have like a Talon or an Anders or someone good with me to counter stack that. Because, like for example, if I see two good players on calendar, I'm not going to try to like play against them by myself because I know I'm going to lose. So I'm only going to counter stack if I have one good with me.
Even when we do counter, even when we do stack, like in a normal situation, like a lot of the times we'll just like, yeah, we'll just like goof around. Like I'll make a pizza and just come back and.
Yeah, like a lot of times, I think sometimes when players see like me, Talon, Anders on NA, they assume that we're gonna just zoom really quickly. I don't know. I think most time when you see that, we're doing something dumb. Like for example, Anders will want us to just ignore evil and just land in that swamp outside of Outland and just camp there. Just camp there with ships and towers. You know he likes to do the whole mobile TD thingy. Or we'll try this thing where
they've done that to me.
Oh, yeah.
you guys have done. Someone's done it to me.
Yeah. Or we'll do this thing where we'll share control and we'll just play Dalaran all together. We'll ignore Lodron and Quel'Thalas units. We'll just play Dalaran. I think even when we try to do that, still there's no contest. There's no one trying to fight us.
Azeroth Wars needs to like breed a new age of people
Oh.
who have the competitive drive. Y'all are getting so bored that you're just playing
so
games for you.
For a while, no, actually for a while, I want to say from like last August up until like maybe December or something, there was like a lot. Literally, the lobby would always have like a very good player. I'm talking about Enclave, Omega Noob, Westland, Just Killer, Icebreaker, Halo. Like literally every game would just be very annoying to even Zoom and Lift Coach and stuff. Like there are many games where there's just a bunch of good players in the lobby. And then they're all gone now. Now we have, I think right now there's kind of a new crop of players, Kiwi and 430 40 340k. But once again, I from when I started playing with those new crop until now, I don't see any giant improvement. It's almost like no one wants to try hard, which I totally understand. No one has. Sometimes you don't want to invest too much into this. So.
Will we ever see you take over again for private matches? Will Sebas ever forgive you?
Private matches, like organized games. No, I just don't think we have enough players. There's no one's gonna sign up.
I would play.
Like a year ago, I think we can count on at least like 8 or 10 people to sign up, and then we'll just fill the maybe last couple of slots in randoms, or even like or when we used to do like smaller games that's only like one continent or something. Now I don't think we can even do that because there's just not enough players. But there is a lot of player in those lobbies that are going on. It's just they don't want to. I don't think they want to do private matches, and even then, like these smaller private matches are for people who know the map really well, want to get better.
Who do we blame for pushing Zoom away from Azeroth Wars?
When in doubt, blame Liftoge.
No, be nice.
What's up with Liftoge too? It's like a different question.
This is
Did he troll Zoom or something?
Story.
Oh, okay.
No. I think he's a friend of Zoom. I don't know what pushed Zoom away. Maybe it could be a couple of reasons. Maybe he plays it too much and he wins all the time, or maybe he's getting bullied or getting stream sniped in there. I think the last time I played with Zoom was in 2 separate organized games. One in which I lost and I stayed out and I harassed him a lot. But to be honest,
I've heard about this. I've heard about this.
I did not do it to harass him. It was for Liftoge. Zoom is a great person. I didn't stay to harass him. I stayed to harass Liftoge.
What's wrong with Liftoge?
Everything.
Is he gonna listen to this?
To put a positive spin on this, I think it's there's a barrier, there's a language barrier between us. But I think also he might actually be a real dick in life. So Talinn can provide another perspective on this. But I don't like the guy. He's not reasonable. He's good. Like I don't doubt that he's I'm not saying he's new, but he's just not reasonable, hard to talk to, kind of mean.
He just like interrupts every single starting fight he ever laid his eyes on.
Oh, okay.
And I interrupt starting fights too, but I don't do it like every single game. And most of the time I will like wait for people to like finish their fights.
Yeah. So
and he's like bragging about how he's all good and stuff, and I'm like, you're just interrupting people's early fights.
I mean, what Talon does is respectful. I mean, and what Liftcoach does, I mean, I don't know what goes on in his mind. Maybe he just wants to host a game, win, 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 host another one, win, win, win. I mean, that gets kind of boring. And he does interrupt early fight a lot. I mean, it's not like he's doing it because he's ignoring his opponent, his immediate opponent. He just wins really quickly and he moves on really quickly. So, and I mean, that's fine, but it also prevents a lot of players from learning, finishing their fights. Just kind of bad for the community. So
Yeah,
there you go.
yeah, okay, yeah, that's real. I mean, I feel that. I mean, with Whip, with one of the playlands, it's a little easier to do, but I mean, everyone's done it once. But when I see somebody just like kill a new player, like, dude, he's just like moving into you, like back up and give him a second. Come on, like, there's some people who always do it. Man, how are they gonna learn if they don't get their starting fight?
Yeah, when like there's not that many people playing the game, and so like if you're just like killing them, then how are they ever gonna like even want to enjoy the game? Especially since they waited like what, an hour in the
An
lobby.
hour.
It's like
Wait an
it's
hour
like
lobby to last 10 seconds.
so yeah.
That's like a euphemism for going out to bars. Something. Do you think anyone who plays Azeroth Wars, coronavirus? Bad question. Never mind. Nobody goes to bars anymore. It doesn't matter. I guess people do. Fuck.
I mean, I went to a brewery earlier. I mean, I don't think that counts.
I bet Bourne still goes to the bars.
Oh my god, we don't. Alan, I'm getting tilted from hearing that.
From hearing what? Okay, yeah, fair enough. Next topic.
Next topic.
Why don't you just play LTA? The rude
Me?
question.
It's too late for me to turn back now.
I mean, either of you.
No, I do play LP. I love it. But I mean, honestly, I'm not. I only know how to play one or two races in there, and even then, like, I mean, like, I do pretty well compared to an average player. But like, I don't. The fact that I don't know, I have zero knowledge of like 10 other factions. It makes it hard to play, and and I'm scared. And the thing is, I'm scared of losing. But I mean, I do play it. It's fun.
Oh my god. Imagine streaming. I feel like so often people are just like, fuck this guy. And then they just like, with LTA, you can crash on people more. Azeroth Wars. Azeroth Wars, I think that you have your little starting fight and then go on from there. Yeah, I feel that.
LTA just kind of reminds me of like in the playgrounds they have a merry-go-round. You see people just like spinning around and around.
It feels like that
Very,
sometimes.
it just feels chaotic and like you just like.
I mean,
I do like
Dark.
LTF though more than I used to.
I think I prefer LTF as well, but like chaotic, Dark Ages of Warcraft, that's even more chaotic. I mean, I think it's one of those games that we've all agreed that everything is so overpowered that nothing is overpowered.
I prefer that style, but it's fun. It's fun. What do you think about the? Oh, sorry, you go.
I heard you're currently editing LTA. Are you the main editor, or what's your plan for LTA?
I'm a janitor.
Janitor? Oh, you're doing hotkeys and icon
Janitorial
cleanup?
duties. I would love to work on Light Blue Path. Because, like, I did all this War on the Plaguelands shit. I know so much about those stupid fucking paladins. Like, every single little paladin, like where they were at every single point. And I could really do some shit for Light Blue, like, for sure. Because that's literally, like, War on the Plaguelands is just, like, Scourge and Light Blue, but, like, zoomed in.
What happened to that? What happened to the map? Though, to that idea that I gave you for a new map?
Oh, we're live. Like it's live. I'm
Northern
like
one?
your idea. I ran with it. I'm like, oh yeah, this is genius. I'm gonna make a spawn based map in Northrend.
There's-
Credit Menos. Credit Menos.
I mean, I haven't heard anything about it. I feel so
I
left
guess
out.
you don't watch my stream.
I don't. I don't.
Damn it.
I honestly don't.
That's okay.
Okay. Okay, well, I mean, I'm happy to hear that. I'm excited. I think for the longest time that was what's missing.
A northern map.
Yeah. Yeah, Northern. I think right now there's a map called Northern the Conquest, and I mean the terrain just looks like shit, absolute shit. So when I play any game, I know when I play any game, the first thing there are two main things I look for: how the hotkeys are they all in the correct order, or at least is there some sort of some rules to them? Is it like QWER and stuff? And the terrain, is it beautiful? And then I don't care about balance like that. That's the last thing I care about. So, and so that Northern the Conquest, absolute shit terrain. So that's just in a way. And so I'm hoping that whatever you're doing, you have make up some beautiful northern terrain.
Terrain's my strongest attribute. I'm like, I love it.
You play Kalimdor the aftermath or something? Yeah, I mean, to me, like that is beautiful what they're doing there. So if you can finesse with that, you can mimic that kind of style and combine with what you see in Whip. I mean, I think we're gonna have a new good map to play.
Do you think the community will continue to die, or do you think there's hope in the near future? With Talon the champion, Talon the champion of the community.
Azeroth Wars community?
Will she save us?
Every time, well, I'll just say this: every time I think Azeroth Wars is about to die, it just like keeps going. So I mean, it could die next year, but like I thought that in 2015, and 2014, and 2016, 2017. So it could die, but
I think Talon's gonna keep it alive until she dies. The community will die when she dies.
I maybe a tough question. So for a while, I started playing One of the Playgrounds, whatever. I actually just got into all this nonsense recently, like a year ago. I know a lot of people have been playing these maps for like 10 years, and I played Lord when I got into control point maps. I played like Lord on the Foremath, Lord on the Aftermath, and I got into Azeroth Wars last. And people some people hate the new Azeroth Wars. Like they're like, this shit is fucking garbage. And like, I don't know. I can't. That's why I'm asking you. Like, what is the difference between Azeroth? Because they say Azeroth Wars Legacy Reborn. There's like a switch from AWLR to Azeroth Wars Reforged that like changed everything. Like, are they just in the wrong?
I mean, everyone's entitled to their own opinion, but like if they're saying it's shit, and they back it up with like 3 or 5 reasons. I mean, I'm just curious, like what they think is terrible about it right now. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I feel like to me there hasn't been any huge changes at all.
So there you go.
I think the main reason why they're saying that is like the gold income and probably like the hero abilities being so overpowered. Like before, like you would have to like wait a little bit before like steamrolling people, but now it's like it just goes back to that same gold problem. It's just there's too much gold in the map. I could be wrong as to the reasons, but
let it be known that I disagree with them. I'm just like, I'm curious and I can't get the answer from anyone. So maybe they're just conservatives in being map conservatives, you know?
I mean, I'm not saying this is the reason. I mean, I'm saying so this could be one of the reasons why they think it's bad. before Reforged came out, I think there were a couple versions where we saw like really overpowered stuff in one or two specific factions. So, for example, I think for a couple versions ago, Sentinel had these very overpowered flying units, Hippogriff captains, with crazy fast movement speed and like good attack speed and attack damage, and with a glaive that hits almost 8 units, I think. And so stuff like that was really overpowered, and so that might have deterred some players and stuff. And then after that, we see like second chances that Sebas refused to remove, but would try to nerf it, but didn't do too much in nerfing it because I don't know. I don't know why, but that could have been like another thing that chased some players away. And then you have your Horde OP demon gates that you can upgrade into stronger demons. Like that's another thing that deters more players away and stuff. Or like, oh, I don't know. I feel like those players that said it was bad probably stopped playing around those times. But now I feel like the map has gotten more balance-ish, I think.
The
Alan,
map
do you
feels
wanna comment
incredibly
on?
polished.
Yeah, like it's no, like definitely it's more polished. I think it's very polished.
Yeah.
And there's not that one super overpowered thing in each faction, unless you do some. I don't know. I just think the map has gotten better, and like the people who've left, I mean, I would highly recommend them just play 1 or 2 games again, and if it doesn't change their mind, then don't play it. But it's gotten better from those former versions.
A lot of positivity.
I try.
I appreciate it. I'm sorry. I'm sort of asking things in a way to be like,
I know. I'm doing a very good job of keeping it positive here.
Oh, it's
I
great.
just kind of remember like 8 years ago or whatever in the early days, it just felt a lot slower paced, and there weren't as many like events where you could like change into a new faction if your ally left, and since the UI was a little worse, like it was just harder to like to get gold. But now with all these like nice UI features, they kind of like are a double-edged sword in a sense, because they make the game nicer in some ways, but they just help people steamroll, and that's part of it.
Yeah, I mean, I was shocked to see so much criticism just from like I came into the map pretty recently, and I was like, "Yo, this is sick, bro."
Yeah, I mean, like I said, you came to it recently where it's more polished compared to like. So right now you're on like what 1.13. I think a while back, like around 2.10 to 2.13, like pre-Reforged, that was when shit was really, really rough. So came in at a good time.
Yeah, stop fucking stacking against me, you pieces of shit.
I didn't. First of all, okay, first of all, disclaimer.
Let me get my videos in to bring in more people.
To all of you. Okay, I mean, I can help you with that. First of all, I didn't team against you. I just happened to be on the opposing team, so I can't fix that.
Yeah, I'm just messing with you.
I know.
So Talon, I was when Sabah said you were an editor, I was like, oh shit, that's wild. When did you edit the map? And why? Why did you do it?
I edited around 2014 and 2015. Around the 1.9 versions. And I edited because a lot of people in the community thought that Ramar, who was like the main editor at the time, they were like, it would be good to have a second person and stuff. So then he accepted, and I eventually pulled a coup against him. But
you pulled a coup?
Yeah.
Did you steal the map?
Yeah, I stole the map, and then I gave it to.
The map once.
I stole the map, and then I gave it to. Well, Vorath helped me edit the map, and so.
Did you think you were a good editor?
Not particularly, because I didn't know any trigger work or anything, so I just did terrain, and I tried to do triggers, but they were pretty bad. So,
They're a pain in the ass.
yeah.
So were you an admin? All right, so the Azeroth Wars Discord.
Oh god.
Oh god.
We're all okay.
So
Yeah, go ahead.
were you an admin there too? Because I know Menos was an admin. We all know Menos was.
Yeah, I was actually. Oh.
Oh no.
Oh god.
I was curious if there was if you guys, because I know it all happened. I mean, Sebas and I talked about it, right? I didn't know if maybe you guys wanted to talk about what it was like to be removed.
Well, I'll just talk about my time as an admin. I don't know if Menos. I don't think Menos wants to go into it again.
I mean, I was AFK most of the time, so I feel like first of all, okay. The only comment I'm gonna add is that I didn't choose to be an admin. Someone roped me into doing it.
I bribed Menos into it.
All right, continue.
So I became an admin in the summer of 2019 about, and so they made the server at in April or something. It was Krur and Anders that helped make the server because they wanted a new community that was self-isolated from all the Zoom, from the Zoom section of things, and so they wanted a new server, and so they made me an admin because I was helping write the Azeroth Wars wiki, which was a guide to new players. And I was just I was inviting people to the Discord because I wanted to make the community grow bigger, right? And so eventually, me and Sebas got in an argument where he said I was being too nice to the toxic elements of the community, and that I wasn't defending them. And so my main thing with being an administrator is, if I'm going to be an administrator, I don't want to just be the editor's messenger person. I'm going to be my own. I mean, I'm going to exude my own thing and try to help the community the way I think should be done. And obviously that includes the map editors, but it doesn't just include the map editors. It includes the people who play it, and it includes everybody who is interested in the map. So I just didn't want to be in a position where I'm putting the editors before the community, which is what I thought was happening. And so he fired me, and then I came back, and then I left, and that's basically it.
It seems like Zoom was really he had a monopoly at one point.
Yeah, he did.
He owned all the maps, you know what I mean.
Yeah. But I don't know if that made sense, but the reason why I was fired and why I left is because I didn't want to just be a messenger person of the editors in terms of their interactions with the community, and so.
Oh, for sure. I mean, that's just opening you up to being people have complaints. Oh, go through this person, and it's just
Yeah.
Why would you take that on? That sucks.
Yeah. It's more complicated than that, but nah, it's probably my best summary.
What do you guys think about the toxicity of Warcraft 3?
What toxicity?
What toxicity? I don't know. How do the most positive people cope with the nastiest words?
I'm ignoring them. I mean, I I haven't seen anything toxic lately, so I feel like I've been pretty sheltered in my Azeroth Wars game or LTA or LTF. Even when I do some, I don't know, even when I see something negative, I'm like, okay, ignore it. I mean, the best way to beat it is you don't respond to it.
I totally agree. Yeah, I don't know. I was just it's just, it's an easy question to ask. There's a lot of trolls out there in the Azeroth Wars lobbies. I guess it's not as bad
What
in
do you
Azeroth
mean? Wait, what
Wars.
do you mean? What do you mean?
I don't know, just in
Some
all in
troll.
I don't know, and it's the macro maps. There's trolls in every macro map.
Yeah, it's Talon.
I'm not actually, I am a troll, but
You are a troll, so you admit it. Wonderful. So what have you guys been up to recently? Like, what's your life like? Other than becoming a professional at helping people with sleep apnea.
I've just been reading a lot of news articles about politics and recent events.
Recent
Like
events. Yeah.
the elections and stuff.
Oof. Oof. For me, I just moved to a new city, so I'm still adjusting, especially to the weather. It's very, very, very cold here in Chicago. In fact, I just went shopping this morning for like beanies, gloves, and jackets, and so on. Other than that, my work doesn't change. I still work from home. I don't want to work from home. I'd rather be traveling to work, but I don't know. Of that, but I heard that we might be resuming travel for work next year around February, so I'm excited for that. That's why I do this job.
You
Just
work
to be on an airplane all day.
you work for
Yeah.
someone famous? You look like you do.
No, I work for a big consulting firm. I'm just gonna leave it at that.
Fair enough.
But I mean, the job, I spend more time in airplanes, airports, and hotels more than I do in my apartment, which I prefer. I mean, if I don't have to pay for any of it, if I don't have to worry about fixing my bed and stuff, I don't have to worry about food. I mean, who wouldn't want to do that?
I love making my
But
bed.
stop it. No,
No,
no one
I'm
says
serious.
that.
What? It's like the most. It's like a made bed. Like your life's together.
True. Um,
Yeah, isn't that what Jordan Peterson said? That you gotta make your bed first.
I'm not a fan of Jordan Peterson. Sorry if you love Jordan Peterson. Just gotta say that.
I don't like him. I do not like him, but I read a lot of what he says.
So you're a Jordan Peterson fan. You got all the
Menos.
books?
That's Menos. Menos.
I don't know who that is, honestly.
You got all the books?
I have like one book of Jordan Peterson.
Yeah, I feel bad. He like almost died or something.
Oh god.
He was sick.
Yeah, I don't know if
What
he's
about
gonna be as active in like politics stuff now. It just seems like he's not that into political stuff as much anymore. But I could be wrong.
Menos, I'm curious what your hobbies are.
Oof.
You seem like a man of culture.
No, not really. I like to go to the gym, go to LA Fitness. I love biking. Brought my bike with me to Chicago, and so that's how I typically get around. I sing. In fact, I sing choral music. Um, it's actually probably my passion. My absolute favorite thing to do is to sing. Um, One sad thing about it is that I won't get to do it this Christmas because of fucking COVID. Typically Christmas Eve, I go to this church. I'm not a Christian, but I go to this church because they have the most beautiful candlelight processional, and I don't know why, but it just makes me happy. So, love singing. I also love to read. Actually, no, that's a damn lie. The only time I read is when I the only time I read is when I the only time I read is when I is when is when I feel like in order for me to read, I have to be in like the perfect state. It's like I have to like fresh out the shower. I have my coffee or my tea with me, and I'm like getting ready for bed and stuff. That's when I read. But like you will never catch me casually reading ever. Oh, it's a lie. Other than that, probably video games. Video games probably takes up the most time for me. I don't want it. I hate it. I hate the fact that I like Warcraft and Warcraft so much. I think it's a huge time suck. I can't get away from it. So.
Talon, you seem like you have hidden talents. What would you say you're like? Are you like a black belt or some shit? Like what do you got on us?
I like doing throwing knives.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do.
What the fuck? See? Called it.
Oh.
Like, are you good?
I'm getting better.
That's kind of scary.
I know. It's pretty fun though. Like for self-defense. Well, I don't think it's the best way of self-defense. It's just fun to like throw knives.
I've heard throwing knives is super impractical for self-defense.
I know.
Like someone was like, it's incredibly impractical. You do it as a sport.
It's not the best. It's not the best self-defense, but it is fun.
Yeah, that's crazy. Do you like go to bar? Well, like hypothetically, do you go to bars and like challenge like the biggest guy in the room to a knife contest?
I got inspired a bit by Game of Thrones. Like I know it's a cop out, but like Arya Stark.
Okay, that was good. Oh, Davin has appeared. This is maybe something you guys can answer. Is it Azeroth Wars lobby hosts fearing new players might upset the game balance? Or is it the size of the map that inhibits new players from joining the map?
Both. I mean, honestly, the amount of obstacles you have to get to like actually like get into an Azeroth Wars match is like pretty significant. Because there's not just one reason why people don't play Azeroth Wars.
I'm reading Davin's comments about picking new players because, afraid that they might lose too fast. No, I mean, I haven't seen any of that for the past couple of months, right, Talon? I mean,
I've never seen it.
I think lobby hosts now like don't really care. I mean, the only annoying thing that lobby hosts do is AFK when they're full.
Welcome to the game.
Not just you, other people.
BladeMaster AFK, they call me.
Oh my god, it drives me insane.
Yeah, I mean, but no one else will host. I would much prefer if somebody else hosted it. I could join and be AFK.
And then
people will come to my stream. Will come to my stream, be like, host the game. I'm like,
It's your job to revive the community now. Both of you guys.
Why is this so hard to host? I mean, like, that's the open-ended question. Rhetorical, even.
What do you mean?
Because Blizzard doesn't like us.
People hate hosting. Like, for sure.
Dude, every time I host, like, it takes me, like, from the lobby, from the game. So it's like I have to do an act of self-sacrifice every time I host because it just boots me because Reforged is so bad. That's why I don't host.
Okay, so every time I've done one of these, anime gets brought up. Do you watch anime?
I
Only
watched
one.
I watched Pokemon.
It happens every time.
I watched Pokemon when I was like 8, and that's the only anime show I watched.
I think I've only watched Bleach. I think that's where I got my name Menos from. But on that, I don't watch anime.
That's where you got
Host
your
now.
name from?
Yeah, Menos Grandes from Bleach. Yeah, I mean you're holding it right there. Look at that.
Oh, hell yeah. I have when I was younger. Menos Grande's a character?
No, it's a
Oh,
monster. Yeah, those Menos, those little. I don't know how to describe them.
that's your
Hollows?
profile picture too.
Oh, yeah. See, you're catching on. You're catching on.
Do you view yourself as a monster?
No, I think I'm a very nice and sweet person. Right, Talon?
Well, that's debatable.
I am. What are you talking? Okay, no, I think I'm one of the nicest, sweetest people. I mean, I do make a lot of sassy comments. But outside of that, I'm very nice and easy to get along with.
Why did you name yourself after a monster? There seems to be some
You know
dissonance
what?
there.
I think I don't know why. I think I wanted to. I have no fucking idea. I don't know why I chose that, but it just kind of got stuck with me. And I think I tried rebranding many times, but it just doesn't work. So,
It does not work to rebrand.
Or the attempted rebrands.
um, many years ago, I think I tried naming myself. Actually, no, we're gonna skip that. I think I might throw out a lot of Smurfs. I don't want people to know.
Where does talent come from?
The
Capital city.
capital city of Estonia, and everybody asks
Yeah.
me if I am Estonian. No, I just like picked out a map, and I was like, because I was reading about like Finland's history and stuff out of just curiosity, and I was just like, let's pick a city on the map. And I took out an L in Talinn, Estonia. So
That's simple. That's how I should have chose my name. City names are dope.
I see Davin posting comments about Arma.
Arma's unbelievable.
What do you mean? What do you mean by
He's
that?
the uncle I wish I never had. I'm just kidding.
Is he alive?
But he was in a game earlier.
Really?
Hopefully
feel
he's
like
watching.
I feel like I should be. I don't know why I haven't seen any War in the Plaguelands pop up, or maybe I just.
We play it.
Okay.
You have to come play spawn-based games with the gang.
I want to. Where are my invites?
There's Krasl made a map called Warhammer.
Is the terrain good?
It's amazing.
Is the hot? Okay, are the hotkeys
It's good. It's great.
Okay, yeah. Let's host one right now. Let's do it.
I'm down. Wait, didn't you say you have to eat after this?
No, food delivery. Apparently, they just dropped it off in the lobby, so I can pick it up anytime.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Is there anything else you guys want to talk about? If you want, we can get questions from Anders.
No questions from
no
Anders.
questions from Anders.
No question from Anders.
I don't know if you
That's
guys
the
have any-
one audience member.
We don't want questions from Anders. I want.
No, we do not.
He
Okay,
gets
fine,
one question.
fine.
He gets one question.
Okay, Anders, you get one question. Go.
It better be good, and don't waste your question.
Oh, and Anders, before you ask, consider this. It will determine whether we whether we keep on playing Diablo 2 or not. So consider that.
How many people do you have on Diablo 2? Just you three?
And 3, but then now we added a 4th player. War 340K.
He's the fucking homie, dude. I love that guy. Like day one.
I don't think Andrew's gonna ask anything.
Cracker wants to know about the Civil War. That's an optional answer.
Is he talking about Azeroth?
I kind of already asked about it, I think.
Because I have a story about Azeroth.
Oh, yes. Ooh, yes.
Oh, I want to know.
This is a simple story, but so back when I first started playing, Azeroth was called Nethron, Nethron, and we used to play it together all the time. We used to play like North Alliance every single game, and that was with my brother actually. But anyway, he asked me if I wanted to stream Azeroth Wars as a YouTube channel, and I'm like, sure, Azeroth, and I'll do that. And then I got too scared, and then I was like too shy to do like a full casting thing at the time. I didn't want to like cast like 2-hour games like he wanted to. But I told him yes, and then I ended up not doing it. And then he came back like 3 years later and we have the new channel, the Azethan. And I'm like, why did you choose Azethan? Nethron is a way better name.
Did he answer you why?
No, he just said, I like Azethan better now. I'm like, okay.
Kind of like Azeroth plus Nethron or whatever you said.
I think it actually comes from like a lore name, like a roleplay name, like because Azatha was like I don't know what it was, but it's somehow related to Azeroth in the lore. So, I don't
know. I was expecting more drama, you know.
Yeah, same. Honestly, Talon.
No, I will say this. I will say this. He did give me his phone number in real life.
Ooh.
But I won't say anything more than that.
Sketchy, okay. Sketchy.
In real life, you met him?
He gave me his phone number so we could text to play more.
Do you still text him?
Nope. Last time I texted him was like 5-6 years ago.
Oh, shit. So he might not even have the same number.
He might, but he probably does. Like, because people can change their phone numbers, but I don't think they do as often as I think. But anyway,
is that your real question, Anders? Anders, you get one question.
How do you feel about Trump getting reelected in 2020?
Don't fall for the bait.
Oh god.
Getting reelected in 20. Okay, next question.
Will you take the Pfizer coronavirus vaccine?
I'll probably take the vaccine.
I'll take whatever vaccine that gets approved and that's the best result. Oh. That's a stupid question, Anders. I think you just cost us Diablo 2 for tonight. So
oh, no.
There you go. You know what? I'm gonna be playing some Warhammer. Let's go.
Yeah, we should play. It's good. Razzle's a nerd, but it's a good map.
Okay.
Word. Does anyone else have any questions for these two beautiful people?
I just wanted to put in a word for everybody to get their 8 hours of sleep every night.
Yeah.
Because people are like not smart about not getting enough sleep.
I don't get enough sleep.
Ask them if they want to play 24 o'clock. I'll play it. I just don't see it hosted.
Last comments for me. I'm assuming most of your audience are either college students, maybe high school students,
I hope not.
maybe really old people. I don't know, but no
No one better be
matter
underage in here.
Okay, chill. I mean, they could be college students, but my only comment or advice is that stay in school, you focus, and you get really good grades, and you get a good job. And also you get really fucking good at Excel and PowerPoint because most business jobs are really Excel and PowerPoint. So, that's all.
Word.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Okay. Go host Warhammer. Let's go.
Do you have any final comments?
No, just get your 8 hours of sleep every night, and that means every night.
Don't listen to her. That's not possible.
I mean, I
It is
agree. I
possible.
agree. It's hard though.
You
Like
have to do
I
it, though.
want it. I want the 8 hours.
Yeah.
It'll make you live longer.
Bro. All right. Anyway, thank you all. Thank you for being on. This was the counter to Lord Sebas's interview.
Counter.
The counter.
What do you
Yeah. Just kidding. I'm just.
You mean a collab? You mean a series on Azeroth Wars?
True. And you know who the next one is? Azathan. No, I don't know.
Oh God,
I'm gonna ask him now though.
Shit.
So yeah. Anyway, so I have this channel. I just posted the Sebas one. I'll post this next weekend. Much love. We're gonna go play games. Why am I going to be
All right.
banned? All right, I'm gonna stop recording.